but this is, the Republicans offer nothing, as you could see with the difference between the two campaigns. The Democrats are out there. They're talking about policies. They're talking about what they're going to do for the people of this country, the future, how we're going to, solve our actual problems. And what do the Republicans have in response? She's got to laugh. She laughs. Cackling Kamala, like stupid pejoratives, stupid little names. And I was talking to Robin Kincaid because, one of the things that really gets on my nerves, besides everything else, is they're attacking the Harris's vice president pick, Walz, for his military service. And how dare you? How dare they? It's the same old rinse repeat shtick that we've been through over and over. How many times we got to see this movie, this shitty movie that sucks, made by very unoriginal people that have no business being anywhere near power. JD, that's one of the marks of insanity, is that you don't know your limitations. How dare JD Vance, accept the invitation to be the vice president? You really think he's capable? Does he really think he's capable? And the arrogance, the fact that he does accept it and thinks that he could be the freaking vice president, just like Traitor Trump, but he's a sociopath. There's something just inherently damaged in him, which makes it worse. How the morons worship him. I will never understand it. But going after the Walz for his military service, saying stolen valor, this really gets on my nerves, and I'll explain. Well, first let's play the clip of JD Vance, it's pathetic. This campaign, Traitor Trump is, he's not even campaigning. He used to make fun of Joe Biden, right? Campaigning in his basement, he said. Traitor Trump is lazy. He doesn't want to leave Maramoron. That's for sure.
I wonder, Tim Walz, when were you ever in war? What was this weapon that you carried into war, given that you abandoned your unit right before they went to Iraq, and he has not spent a day in a combat zone?
How dare you?
What bothers me about Tim Walz is the stolen valor garbage. Do not pretend to be something that you're not. And if he wants to criticize me for getting an Ivy League education, I'm proud of the fact that my mamaw supported me, that I was able to make something of myself. I'd be ashamed if I was him and I lied about my military service like he did.
He didn't lie.
Well, I wonder, Tim Walz, when were you ever...
This is what they do. They're trying to swift boat Walz, because he's an incredible candidate. He is everything that JD Vance pretends to be. He is a real, down home kind of guy. I don't even know. I mean, I don't know him until I just getting to know him like many of us, but. What I'm seeing, I actually am pretty impressed. And we should be lucky to have a vice president like him. He's not a grifter. He has no real estate. He's not a billionaire. He's somebody that served this country in numerous ways his entire life. In the 90s, he became the what do you call that? The advisor, the faculty or the teacher advisor for the Gay Straight Alliance Club at his high school in the 90s. Blazing a trail, making people feel included, not leaving people behind, because that's all Republicans have. All they have are divisive attacks. and ways to keep people apart, and who's in, who's out, who should be mocked, I mean, everybody should be mocked except them, though, right? Sickening. They have no decency. They have no honor. And the thing is, here's what I really wanted to say. This is what was pissing me off with, and I was talking to Robin Kincaid about this. You want to talk about stolen valor? Here, I got your stolen valor. Right here. I swear I have it. See? That's stolen valor right there. And for those who are listening audio only, it's Trader Trump giving a salute. If anybody who served, you know, I was in the military, you know, which I'm sure they'd attack my service too. I mean, I was no great fucking warrior, whatever, but I did my part. I showed up. I volunteered. My feet didn't hurt. You know, I did my part. I wanted to help my country. That's the truth. Unlike Trader Trump, who jumped through a lot of hoops. Not him. I mean, his whole family grifting machine sprung into action when his country called to get him out of it. Find us that shyster doctor to write a letter, to lie and say you got bone spurs. Yeah, that's it. The bone spurs don't seem to stop him from going golfing or anything else. But you want to talk, so this is what really annoys me. Here's the and what really annoys me too is the fact that the corporate media never points this out. Okay, why do I know that? First of all, anybody who ever served, you know, when there's regulations where you salute, when you do not salute. If you are in active service and you're not in uniform, you do not salute. Okay, you put your hand over your heart. Doesn't matter if you're an active duty service member. If you're not in uniform, if you're in civilian clothing, you don't salute. If you are a civilian, you certainly don't salute. So the fact that this piece of dirt, not only does he salute in civilian clothing, I mean, he thinks because he's the commander-in-chief, which is, or was, I should say. He's not the commander-in-chief anymore. And that's right, Jim. The president is a civilian. And this whole saluting bullshit, you know, it's all this, it's another made-up thing that Fox News got to get, and the Republicans started for the sole reason to bash Barack Obama and bash Democrats if they didn't do something properly. It's like a flag pin on their lapels. Now everybody wears it. But that was something that became a thing with Republicans. You're right? Oh, Barack Obama didn't wear his flag pin. Now everybody's got to wear a fucking flag pin. Well, how about your flag pin is in your actions? Why do you need a flag pin? Why don't you act like a patriot? How about that for once? Like, how about you act like you're somebody that likes life, right? You're a culture of life? Show me. Don't tell me. Culture of life. The only thing they hide behind this bullshit life. They hate life. Nobody left office with more corpses behind him than Trader Trump. Not even in World War II. With all the wars this country participated in combined, nobody killed more people than Trader Trump, more Americans than this fucking stolen valor asshole. And here's the other thing. So this whole thing with the president saluting, the reason the military salutes the commander-in-chief as he so far, always he, soon to be she, boards Air Force One or wherever they pass. It's just a show of respect. Okay, but the civilian is not required to return the salute. And in fact, what really pisses me off is that, think about this, and you can look this up. General Dwight D. Eisenhower, the Supreme Allied Commander of all of the Allied forces that overthrew fascism in Europe, did not salute when he was the president. Because he knew the regulations. He had respect for the fact that he wasn't a military officer anymore. He was a civilian. And all this bullshit of traitor Trump salute, and nobody ever says anything. This is what gets on my nerves. Why am I saying this on my little dinky Tarabuster podcast when it should be on the corporate media? This should be something that they inform the American people. It's not everybody's, obligation to know the military regulations, but they should point it out. And they should have pointed it out back then when they were harassing Barack Obama. Oh, he didn't salute properly or whatever the fuck. Like all this bogus bullshit about how you want to talk about honor? Tell that goddamn draft-dodging traitor to stop saluting a bunch of traitors. Because he salutes traitors. He salutes friggin' North Korean dictators. But they got no problem with that. You want to talk about stolen valor? That's your standard bearer, for Christ's sakes. And the reason I'm bringing it up is that this really, every time I see him salute, it really makes me want to vomit. It really, I don't know. It just infuriates me to the core of my being, because of everything we're talking about now. We should, and that's why, I say, I wish the Democratic Party, the people in the halls of power, would watch this show and listen to this show and take our talking points and get them out there. Tell people to watch the show. Become a patron at patreon.com/Tara or whatever, Because the mainstream media is not doing its job. They're in fact enabling this nonsense. Because it should have been nullified. It should have been nipped in the bud from the beginning. When the Republicans, you see what we have to endure with these Republicans. It's constant, appeasement to them or for them or of them constantly. We're always having to play their games. When all that, even, Barack Obama should have said it. I'm sorry, I'm not in the military. According to regulation, civilians don't salute. Take it, just be honest. But instead, inform the American people. Instead, what happens? They go, they start, I guess we'll have, it's like, I guess we'll have to just, everybody got to put on their flag pins. You got to be apologetic about not already doing the bullshit pantomime that the Republicans expected of them. It's just a game. It's performative. Which is why when they're talking about, they have honor, stolen valor. This fucking dirtbag calls service members losers and suckers. How dare he? And the fact that JD Vance, seriously, insults a service member who wore the uniform for 23 years, a command sergeant major, saying he's stealing valor? Fuck you. Valor. Not only are Republicans stealing valor, they steal decency, they steal democracy, they steal everything that's good about this country.